Yes.
Are camel dicks as big as horse dicks? Because
It wasn't dry, that's for sure. Yeah.
I bet they're weird looking. That
Camel.
Well,
like a horse dick
now I'm
kind of
looking
looks
up
like a
camel
giant
dicks.
penis dick. I bet a camel dick looks not as similar.
59 to 68 centimeters, and it's cylindrical shape.
2 feet.
You are!
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss!
Oh, hey!
Oh, yeah!
Good morning and welcome to episode 899 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, March 15th, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We got a full house of hosts today. Mark, Pat, Wes, and I'm Will to talk with you about Wes has a cup of coffee full of Naomi Osaka tears from heckling, Bob Saget's memories, and bastard camels. So it's a punchy cup of coffee. Then Mark's going to tell us about a man who lost his mind after losing something he loves more than we will ever love anything. And then Pat, nice. And then Pat's going to tell us about the rough schools of Jamaica and about a terrorist who isn't afraid to get her hands dirty in the TikTok international moment. And I've got the latest on Elon Musk and Vladimir Putin's impending fight to the death. Also, correction, it was Saratoga, New York all along for the first potato chip. Also, great horse racing, Saratoga, New York, not Pennsylvania.
Love Saratoga, New York.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
National Potato Chip Day yesterday, Pat.
You've got to give credit to where the potato chip was started.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I Googled
that's
it.
important
I
correction.
Googled it on the fly, and somehow Pennsylvania pops up in my screen. And
I'm just saying that you have to correct that because that's
That's on me. I should have had it in the fun fact.
Yeah,
I should have had that information. I'll take the L on that.
Upstate New Yorkers were like, "Hey, don't even play about that."
they're probably so mad they wouldn't even comment about it. They're just like, I'm never listening to the show again.
Oh, yeah. They created
Again,
two things up there, women's suffrage and potato chips.
Those are pretty big ones.
Pretty big.
I found out about it after saying that Pennsylvania had made the first potato chip. So, correction. And upstate New York, I have some family from there. I'm sorry. I apologize.
We have
Sounds phony.
We have a Discord thread about our episode discussion is one of the threads. So it's like people talk about what happened in the episode, and it was 99% people talking about potato chips. So I mean, it was it was a big story, big
It's electric
deal.
stuff.
One of the best snacks. Maybe we'll do a potato chip draft on Patreon. Who knows?
Whoa!
I'm in Virginia now, which I can get Utz now. Whoa,
Utz crab.
That is Utz. I had some Utz crab today. Had some Utz dill today. I'm Utzing it up over here.
Utz is nice. You like the Carolina style barbecue? It's like
Love them.
The tangier style.
Love them.
Love them.
I'm in chip heaven.
Utzing it up.
Hey, real quick, though. I know I talked about this on Friday, but this shirt fucks, right?
Yeah.
Have you taken it off since Friday?
Nope, it's Muttley.
Describe it. Describe it, Pat.
It's Muttley from the Hanna-Barbera races.
Yeah.
Right? And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got like 6 blunts. Too many blunts. The brand is called Too Many Blunts.
Is it a blacklight shirt?
Those are blunts?
I don't know, bro.
Is that a blacklight shirt, Pat?
It could be blunts.
No, it's a blacklight shirt, bro.
I get it could be either.
Yeah.
Imagine the experience of being in a basement near me with this shirt on.
Isn't he the cartoon character that goes?
Yeah, man.
He like cheeses so because he's high.
Yeah, I gotta watch this shirt.
Now I know why.
Kate hates it. Really gotta keep an eye on it.
It's a nice shirt though. You got to. That's one. It's so graphic-y though. You got to turn that inside out when you wash it for sure.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I'm gonna take special care with this one.
Well, good, great shirt. Let's do the news.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
Cup of coffee in the big time. Holidays, fun facts, and trending news. Fun fact of the day: steak. Let's talk about steak, boys. Steak seems like an all-American dish, right? But in fact, the name of our favorite food stems from the Saxons in the Middle Ages. Their original term for a steak was Stelk, which literally translates to meat on a stick. And then it evolved into what we now call it steak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why was it on a
like-
stick before?
I don't like it.
Because they were cooking over open fire in the Middle Ages.
No
Okay.
forks.
Is there a reason why you took steaks away from us?
Yeah, and wouldn't have all meats been Stelks then at that point?
Yeah, and also we don't eat it on a stick, motherfucker. So
Yeah.
Right.
it's steak.
That's why history evolves to what
Etymology is.
Yeah.
I could see now that a stick is technically a steak, right? Spelled slightly differently.
And
As in,
Stelk.
like, a pit of steaks, like you used to build when you were a kid, try to trap your neighbors.
It's the same still in some situations, right?
That's right. And the reason I bring up that fun fact is because the holiday today is International Eat an Animal for PETA Day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it is. It is an actual holiday. It all started 11 years ago when PETA ran this offensive ad called "The Holocaust on Your Plate." And here's one of the ads they put out. It's got a picture of a starving Jewish person. It says, during the 7 years between 1938 and 1945, 12 million people perished in the Holocaust. The same number of animals is killed every hour for food in Europe alone. So people were pretty offended that PETA tried to, compare the Holocaust with cows and goats and Jewish people to animals. So they started this holiday as a repercussion for PETA being a bunch of idiots.
Learn your lesson, PETA.
So, I mean, I'm all for I'm going to eat plenty of steaks. I'm not stopping eating animals anytime soon, but shouldn't we be just bullying maybe the PETA people instead of taking it out on animals? Because
This is bullying.
This is bullying. This is
Okay.
this
No,
day
Mark,
is.
Why don't we
is-
just
is
attack
revenge.
them though? Why don't we
Mark,
just go physically abuse the PETA
I'm
people,
kind of
humans?
on the same page.
Oh, I
as
see what
you.
you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, just
I
go
don't-
beat them up.
I don't like any of this. This
Yeah.
is not. I don't like what PETA did.
This is two bads, two wrongs don't make a right. Like, why don't
I
we just
don't
go
like-
beat up PETA people?
eating
Nah, you
animals
know
for
why?
no reason.
You know why this happens on this day is because it's also the Ides of March, which is a day in Roman culture used for settling debts. So this is basically every year you're teaching PETA like, hey, we're settling this debt over that stupid Holocaust ad you tried to do.
That's
Here's a
fair.
steak in your face.
Yeah.
Also,
Live streaming steaks.
Yeah.
also,
You
if
just have
there's
the ad
one,
behind you.
if there's one person on this planet that will sue you 100% if you even remotely physically assault them, it is a PETA member. So this is the best way to.
Well, maybe
get back.
maybe just.
Think about it.
I'm not inciting violence. Maybe just drive up to their house and like honk your horn at them for a while. Yeah.
Wes, they assault others.
Yes, they throw blood at
but
people.
if you assault them, they are the type of people that will sue you into
This is
oblivion.
pure conjecture. This is just.
Of course it is. 99% of my stuff is pure conjecture. Haven't you noticed
is
that?
that
yet?
stat even correct?
This sounds right though.
Yeah.
This sounds right.
Yeah, it is right. I know it is. It's
Okay.
we can, if we did a study, I'd be proven right on that one. Anyway,
That's why we
moving
call him
on.
Stats Wes.
Yeah, that's right.
Saving metrics. He's got his own type of stats.
That's right. My judgy stats.
West stats.
Yeah. Moving on to On This Day in History, 1972, the epic drama The Godfather was released, premiered to universal acclaim, directed by Francis Ford Coppola, starring Al Pacino, Marlon Brando. There's the poster. 1972 came out.
Just got goosebumps.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. So let's move on to trending mentions. Guess what? Cameron Smith, he won the Players Championship. And if you were on the Discord in the gambling corner, you might have seen this tweet that I put out on March 9th before the tournament began,
Wow.
where I picked Cameron Smith at plus 3,000 to win the whole thing. So if you bet on him, you won some grands, hopefully.
Who were the other guys in that? And that wasn't a tweet. That was a post.
Who cares?
It was a post. Yeah, it's one
Losers,
of four.
but yeah, he gave
losers.
You'd
Only
have to
one
be-
man.
if it
Only
was a
one man
tweet-
can win.
Wes doesn't tweet that because he puts it in the Discord because you got to go to patreon.com/hardfactor, send in the card tier.
right.
If you want to see that on the Discord server, that's a winner.
That's right. Yep.
If we
What
don't
was that,
get
like
15
plus-
new patrons
plus
by
one?
Friday, he's not even going to put them in anymore. No, I'm just kidding.
That's right. Yeah.
How many pluses was on that, Wes? On that?
3,000.
Oh,
Plus 3,000. So
Plus
50
$3,000.
bucks gets you 1,500.
What'd you
That's
put on it,
crazy.
Wes?
Well, here's the sad thing, Pat, is I also in that Discord, I said that to take Cameron Smith first round leader.
you split
which
them
I-
off four
which-
or what?
Well, which I did take, but in my bets, when I was looking back through them, I saw that I had already placed a bet on Cameron Smith, and I fucked up and thought that was for the win, and I didn't place a
But you
win
still
bet
gave
on
it
him.
out.
That's okay.
Pick was given.
Gaylord took
That's right.
Gaylord took it in the Discord. Some
Yes.
people, it's okay. You gave it out.
That's right.
Pick was given. That's proof.
Pick was given. Pick was given. So grands, get in there. Patreon.com/HardFactor. Also, Tom Brady's coming back. But if you care about that, you already know what's up with that. So let's cover some different sports. Okay.
Well, the one good thing about that, though, I do got to say, is the guy just bought the final game ball for $500K.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What an idiot.
What an idiot.
Well, the person who,
Had he listened to Hard Factor.
Well, Mark called it. Yeah, Mark
Had he
called
listened to Hard Factor, I don't think he would have spent $518,000 on that faux ball.
True.
Well, yeah, I mean that is insane because Tom Brady did have a chance to come back, and Mark called it that he was definitely coming back.
Imagine the pressure you were under if you had that ball and you were selling that ball. You were trying to get it off your hands fast, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bad day for that guy.
It's still worth a little bit of money.
That guy's
Something.
like walking into the sunset with that ball. He's like, in his mind, he's like, best quarterback of all time. I got the best ball of all time.
Why are you selling it then?
What if he doesn't know yet? He's on vacation.
He knows.
Yeah, he knows.
He
Someone told
definitely
him.
knows.
Someone told him.
Someone rubbed it in his
was
face.
already selling it.
A little inside baseball football.
Yeah.
So then he's just an idiot.
Yeah.
No, he's the smartest guy on the planet, the guy that sold it.
The guy who sold it to this idiot, yes, is smart.
Right,
Yes.
but you're saying the guy who bought it was trying to sell it?
No, the guy who
No.
bought it is just a fucking rube.
Oh, yeah.
He's like the guy that bought the headless parakeet in Dumb and Dumber.
It's just
Petey.
dollars instead of $500,000.
Right. It's still worth the chunk of change, but
It's worthless.
It's worthless.
It's
worth
funny. It's
something.
funny. It's funny if you put like the article about it behind it and then frame it with the article.
It's
and all
become
that
its own
stuff.
thing.
But still, then it's still maybe 10 grand at the most.
If
It's
you're
about
smart,
to be. Go ahead.
if you're smart and you're this guy, you do a whole press blitz about how you got bamboozled, thereby making the ball famous for the sake of it being a rube ball.
Still can't.
This
pump it
guy's
for
about to
500
drive the
grand.
price back up because it's about to be a suicide ball because he's going to kill himself and then
Some of
it's
the-
going
some
to
of
go up a few
Mark, you
grand.
gotta watch it with these predictions.
Oh, so shit. Oh, shit. Good, shit. My bad. Just kidding. He's going to be fine.
yeah.
He's not going to do that.
Power. The power you wield.
You're right. You got to warn me.
So anyway, that's what's going on with that. Lots of other NFL news, college basketball, of course. Is it's about to be a fantastic week of sports. But let's talk about another sport that we rarely talk about: women's tennis. And Naomi Osaka trended this weekend because she was heckled to tears on the court Saturday during a match she was playing against Veronika Kudermetova at the BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells, California. Osaka explained that the heckler shouted, "Naomi, you suck," after the opening game, and it made her have a flashback to when the Williams sisters were booed at Indian Wells during the 2001 tournament. And here's the news clip.
She wasn't booed though, was she? It was literally like the one guy who was like, "You suck."
Yeah, you'll hear it.
There's a lady.
You'll hear it.
It's
Yeah.
There's
ridiculous.
one lady.
Yeah, here's the news clip.
George, it is unusual to hear from the losing player after a tennis match. It's something that's rarely done. But despite being emotional, Naomi Osaka decided to speak up, as she has before, bringing the conversation back to the issues of athletes and mental health.
I feel like I've cried enough on camera, but
The four-time major champion and former world #1 tennis player in tears.
I just wanted to say thank you and congratulations.
Naomi Osaka taking the mic after her second-round loss to Veronika Kudermetova at the Indian Wells Masters. The 24-year-old requesting to address the crowd after being heckled by a spectator in the stands. Right there, listen again. A visibly upset Osaka asking the chair umpire to have the heckler removed, but the umpire rejecting her request.
And I don't know why, but like it went into my head and it got
Stands are
replayed
empty
a
at this
lot.
point.
Osaka saying the setting reminded her of Serena Williams
person who
playing there in
heckled is gone.
2001.
She
The
sounds like
crowd
me with the
booing
5-star
as Richard
reviews.
and
This is
Venus
out of control.
Williams watched her play. An incident the family calls traumatic and believes was racist.
This is way different.
because they wouldn't play each other.
The tournament for more than a decade.
That was the whole crowd.
The 24-year-old who's been open about her mental health struggles with anxiety and, quote, long bouts of depression, even stepping back from the spotlight, withdrawing from last year's French Open after opting not to do media interviews against tournament rules.
I honestly don't know when I'm gonna play my next tennis match.
She's gonna quit over this.
Okay, you get it. Yeah,
Poor girl.
you get it.
So, but the Williams sisters
She's gotta get that
literally,
together, man.
it's theorized that their father orchestrated so that they didn't play each other in the tournament. That's why the booing took place, was it not? That was like a huge deal.
Something like that.
They had a
huge
beef
deal.
with that tournament. That tournament's in California.
No, but Will, it was the
where they
dad
grew up,
couldn't
isn't it?
have them play each other because that would have been like too much.
There's something to that. Yes, they were like playing doubles together too. He set it up like so, like maybe he faked an injury
And it's a
for
local
Venus or something like
tournament
that.
for them.
Or
So there's probably like more history there. This is literally one. I can't believe she said it reminded her of that because it's nothing.
Right.
she needs to quit for a while. She had that meltdown last year where she stopped doing press conferences, then she withdrew from majors like you saw in there, and then she did the Olympics thing where she did the torch, and then she like lost in the first round of the Olympics and had another meltdown type thing. She definitely has some mental health issues. She needs to take some time off.
She's got to
She's
relax.
won enough money to like be fine for a while. She's 24 and she's like a multiple time Masters winner. So like she has millions of dollars. She should probably just take like a full year off.
Yeah, if you're a professional athlete and one person yelling "you suck" from the stands
That's
throws
gonna
you into a tailspin, you have to recharge your batteries.
It's going to happen to her every tournament now.
Yeah.
Because theoretically, like, to get to the point even, right? Because especially tennis, you start young. You go pro 15, 16 years old. Like to get to that point, to be an elite athlete, like your brain usually has to be so tough.
Yeah.
You know, it's very weird. I mean, of course, it sucks.
She's Japanese, right? She grew up in an environment where there's probably not much jeering, right?
She's like half Japanese.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
Where did she play at? Did she play in America or did she play?
Yeah, I think she played college.
She clearly has mental health issues.
Oh, I know.
She probably got heckled back 16, 17, didn't care, but something's changed.
Well, get a manager or someone in there who's like, "Hey, Naomi, let's not address the crowd. This is going to make things worse. Why don't we just get you off the court?" Because the person that yelled "you suck" is literally drinking beers in the parking lot right now.
Listen, the wolves smell blood, and that's what happens.
In every sport, heckling, I mean, is an art form. And if you don't respect the hecklers, you're not much of an athlete, in my opinion.
Well,
I think you have to understand that this is it's an entertainment business at the end of the day. Whether you are in like a small time athletics or big time athletics, you are entertaining the crowd. The crowd is going to be there to heckle you. That's been part of athletics from the very beginning, and you have to be able to deal with that.
She needs to go away till she can. Think about this. You can bet on these, and when she's playing, she's highly ranked. You could bet on her versus someone in the first round that's a bum and bet on the person against her for high odds and then just say you suck and then probably win the money. So people are going to continue to do it to like because they're going to profit off
You
of
just
it.
throw your whole check on fading her, and then you go drive to the tournament and scream you suck.
Should we put out a respect the heck shirt? I'm just saying that's a bold take that you brought on, that you need to respect the heckler.
No, Will's absolutely right.
Dude, if you're an athlete and you think that you're gonna like go through life being unheckled, you're a fucking idiot.
Dude, there was a guy that when the Washington Wizards were still the Bullets, he was literally called the Heckler, and he had seats right down
like
next
the
to the court.
or the Riddler.
No, he just
What was his outfit?
He just was a normal guy. He sat right behind the opposing team's bench, and his whole thing was he heckled the fuck out of the bench the whole game.
Right, there's the people at the Cap Stadium that poured beers on that Rangers coach's head. Look, this is part of sports. Like. And what if maybe COVID made people forget that? But look, now that you can be around other people now and they can yell at you, they're gonna yell at you.
She knows it's part of sports. She needs to take some time off.
No, all sports.
All sports have hecklers. She's been heckled before. She's in a dark spot place and she needs to take some time off. She needs to figure it out. She needs to
shit talking. 100% always been a part of athletics,
and it will
handle it.
Yeah,
get out of there.
Right now, that hate speech you get kicked out for, but saying you suck, that's like the classic. That's heckling 101.
I mean, right?
You suck is like the classic default heckle.
That's what they ask you to say.
Yeah,
she could have been saying you fuck too. That's the thing. It didn't really sound like a clear you suck. You know, it could be like you fuck Naomi, which is like
that's what she should tell herself. But she needs to take some time off and recondition the brain.
She should beat the person that she's ranked way ahead of and then crotch chop.
She should not lose the first set 0-6 after hearing you suck one time.
Or pull a McEnroe and just hit a ball at the person who's heckling.
And say that you scream you suck back. Yeah.
She's not confrontational. This is part of like it's
she's too sweet. She's too sweet. She's a sweetheart. Let's move on, though. A couple more things to get to. We're not going to know whatever happened to Bob Saget, which is probably a good thing. A judge in Florida finally sealed the records for good at the request of Saget's family, and a lawyer put out a statement, quote, "The entire Saget family is grateful that the judge granted their request for an injunction to preserve Bob's dignity, as well as their privacy rights, especially after suffering this."
It's that bad, huh? The judge even sealed it?
No, it's just that, if it's
Sealed
that bad.
They needed to seal it for the dignity.
It's not that.
Dignity. Dignity is a big word there.
Dignity is a
Judge
big word.
Judge immediately went on a month-long vacation.
No, if you unseal that shit, then it's going to be on every fucking website. People are going to be looking at autopsy reports. You don't want that. It's just disrespectful.
The judge blinded himself after he saw it.
The judge let everybody know what's going on with the dignity remark.
Right. They said in the process of these investigations, defendants created records which include photographs, video recordings, audio recordings, statutorily protected autopsy information, and all other statutorily protected information. Upon information and belief, some of these records graphically depict Mr. Saget, his likeness or features or parts of him, and were made by defendants during defendants' investigation.
That's dong speak.
That's dong speak.
Yeah,
I'm talking about dong speak. I'm talking about they're describing as
Carradine. It was
probably a carradine.
Oh no, it wasn't a carradine.
Well, they found him naked, probably.
Well, a lot of people are naked in hotel rooms. I'm naked 90% of the time I'm in a hotel room.
That's true. But
there's nothing undignified about slipping in the shower.
Right.
Let's move on.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay. All right.
You know what time it is? It is time for the top trends or
the cream of the crop.
You know what? I decided I'm not going to do Ukraine today. I'm going to do a little bit of Ukraine, but I'm tired of the death and destruction. Nothing is really changing. Just more death. Ukraine claims Russia struck a train transporting evacuees with over 100 children. I saw some photos of some bullet holes. Also, the New York Times reported that Russia launched a barrage of airstrikes on Sunday against a military base in western Ukraine, where American troops had trained Ukrainian forces just weeks earlier. And that was 11 miles from the border with Poland. Here's a map that you can see. So it's getting pretty close to the NATO nations, which is a telltale sign that the war is maybe shifting. Their tactics are shifting, and it's not looking good. So there's the attack up there on the left there. You can see in Yavoriv. So very close to Poland.
That's where our listeners have been out there.
That's where our boy was, Rick Nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So, that's the big news. But I needed a break. So let's go to Tennessee. And I've been thinking,
hey, that's where I'm at.
Hey, there you go. Maybe you can go visit this place. I've been thinking about this story ever since I saw it because, having a young child, you tend to go to petting zoos and zoos way more often than you ever would if you didn't have kids. And what happened to two Tennessee men at a petting zoo or farm, whatever you want to call it, is the last thing you would expect to happen to you if you went to one of these things. So let's go to Shirley Farms in Obion, Tennessee, where two men were killed by a fucking rampaging camel after it got loose and decided to fuck up some shit. This is what the kind of camel it was. It was like
double hump.
Yeah, double hump, I believe. Anyway,
are camels fast?
Yeah, they're fast. They're
faster than humans.
The gates on them, yeah, they're fast as fuck.
Well, camels are faster than humans.
Yeah, humans ride them like horses, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
have camel races.
They trot with them so slowly.
Yeah, but still, you got to figure it's faster than a person.
Camels.
Otherwise, why would we ride it?
Dude, because we're lazy.
Yeah. Camel racing is huge over there. They ride them like
they're slow. It's ironic race, Wes. It's like turtle racing.
No. They go like 40 miles an hour, I bet.
What?
Yeah, look it up.
It's 40 miles an hour.
40 miles an hour top speed?
Wow.
And a horse is only 55. So, I mean,
that's
crazy. A horse crushes a camel. Don't take, please. But
I would rather a horse. I'd rather a horse at 55 than a camel at 40.
I think this is a horse podcast. I'm going to put my hand up for horses. Okay,
but a camel will truck your ass, bro.
I'm more scared of a camel.
I'm standing with horses 100%. Over camels till that's a forever thing.
I'm way
that's more
scared.
A line I do not cross.
That's insane.
Anyway,
a camel's, just so you know, motherfuckers, a camel is 900 to 1,100 pounds. And the dromedary camel, I think the one we're talking about, 880 to 1,320 pounds.
Yeah, you ever seen an American Mustang roaming a majestic field?
Yeah,
Let
Clydesdale.
me Google Mustang weight. You're not going to like it.
Well, look at
Well, they're
Clydesdale.
small but majestic.
Anyway,
The car is 3,800 pounds. Little chicken horse.
Anyway,
horse.
the camel like trampled these guys, and then it started going after the sheriff's deputies. And they tried to help the men. They just attacked. So they basically shot it. They did have an 1,100-pound dromedary camel there. The men were identified as Bobby Matheny, 42, of Ridgely, Tennessee, and Tommy Gunn, 67, of Obion. Yeah,
Not packing that day though, unfortunately.
Tommy Gunn. They named him after Rocky V.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, how old was he?
67. They didn't name him.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. But anyway, so the sheriffs they didn't say whether it was
when Rocky V came out for Tommy Gunn though.
Oh, it's
Big
a hard,
day.
hard time.
big
Big day.
big time. They didn't say whether it was a male or female, which is what the experts are saying will determine why it attacked. And they're pretty sure it was a male because during this season from November to March, guess what camels do? They rut. They rut.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it. I was like, what if? Could you imagine if like we went into a rut season? Like nobody would live, right?
Yeah.
Like no,
humans.
like hey, where's Mark? Oh, he's in rut, so he's staying home in his locked cell this weekend, so he doesn't murder us all.
Yeah,
you know?
humans in rut would be a problem.
Human
Well,
men
Mark's
are always
backyard
in
is
rut.
set up for rut.
That's why Japan outlaws ponytails because human men
Yeah.
are just constantly rutting.
Too many napes.
Always horny.
So what you're saying to me is these 1,100-pound camel had a massive erection while it was stampeding these people too.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
It's like the
just
elephants
swinging
where,
dick.
about, yeah.
where it sweats something out of its ears, like the elephants
glands,
where they
yeah.
like get the,
Yeah.
get the
They
weird-
stink.
Yeah.
So they had to shoot this. It was just a stampede and then shooting a camel in front of like families at a pet zoo. So you're
Correct. Yeah.
like the little girls are screaming. There's a birthday party.
Absolutely. It was a mess.
What town was it?
Obion, Obion.
Worst pet zoo ever.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So they say that this is like a pumpkin barn and animal petting, and they offered camel rides up until at least 2017.
Not anymore.
No, that's done for sure. They also found in 2019 an inspection by the U.S. Agriculture Department said that the farm did not have a barrier separating the camels, and the people who were petting and feeding them were just like able to just basically reach up and pet the camels, whatever. No attendants were around. So this place was this was waiting to happen at this place. It sounds like. And finally, one of these fucking big fuckers got loose and killed 2 people. So yeah, pretty crazy.
Another reason why I'm
Tennessee.
Team Horse.
Yeah, you know that camel was yelling too. You want this, or whatever the camel equivalent was, because he's so horned up. Like, oh
Yeah.
man, it was like a roid rage.
Yes.
Are camel
was-
dicks as big as horse dicks? Because
It wasn't dry. That's for sure. Yeah.
I bet they're weird looking. That
Camel.
Well, now-
like a horse dick
now I'm
kind of
looking
looks
up
like a
camel
giant
dicks.
penis dick. I bet a camel dick looks not
similar,
as
right?
similar.
59 to 68 centimeters, and it's
That's
cylindrical
2
shape.
feet.
Okay, at its
That's
root-
nothing like a horse, though. A horse is like what? That's got to be bigger, right?
Horse
This
dick.
is, this is very descriptive.
Hey, there's a
about
term for it.
how a camel's penis gets erect too.
Look, if this story taught me anything, it's that I'm all the way Team
You don't hear girls saying he had a real camel dick. You know what
This
I
is
mean?
the first thing I saw when I googled camel dick. Look at this.
Guys, camels have bigger dicks.
camel with a penis head.
No
Yeah.
way, really?
Testicle.
Damn.
Nuts and testicle throat.
I mean, okay, look. When not erect, a stallion has a 50-centimeter long dong.
That's pretty good.
Okay, but when,
Pretty good.
And then
That's
then
pretty
I'm
good.
looking at-
Nice for the stallion.
That's
So-
pretty
him.
good.
It doesn't say whether it's erect or not, but the camel penis is 59 to 60 centimeters.
So
68
they're about-
centimeters.
They're in the same range.
It's the same limp and hard. Yeah. So I think horses got them a little bit
It's
on that.
half
They're
a meter.
smaller.
They're
'Cause
definitely heavier than horses.
Horses are smaller and lower to the ground, so it's more impressive because it's basically dragging across the dirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a good look though. The camel penis is real ugly, bro.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Yeah, the horse isn't exactly like looking great. It's
Horses are ugly, uglier animals.
What penis looks good? Yeah.
I mean, a horse dick kind of looks like a giant, like human dick, very close to a giant human dick. If you
A camel dick's more normal in the animal with the pork, opossum family, the marsupials
yeah,
with
those-
the three pronged
yeah.
dicks. Yeah.
You guys all remember like the first time you saw like a horse dick, like a cop horse dick, just like coming out of its sheath, like all crazy, like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got so
Who could
horny.
forget? Yeah.
March 3rd, 86.
Who could forget?
Quite a day for me.
You're like, whoa, look at that thing.
So that's that. Rest in peace to those poor gentlemen who just the most unexpected death possible. Let's move on, guys. That was a cup of coffee in the big time. But hey, March is here. It's not only rut season for Camels, but the madness has officially begun. It's time for you to shoot your shot and score big on the nonstop action with MyBookie. Predict winners in each round of the MyBookie bracket contest for a chance to win a Bitcoin or a Doodle NFT, currently valued at $50,000 and over $100,000 more in cash prizes. So whether you're filling out multiple brackets, betting the national championship winner, or simply looking for player and game props, MyBookie has you covered. I'm taking Arizona to go all the way against Texas Tech, just FYI. Sign up today with MyBookie and use promo code FACTOR to make your first deposit, earning a free entry into the My Bracket contest. Selections for the bracket will officially begin March 13th. So you better hurry up and do it.
They started.
And close March 17th at 12 p.m. So you have until March 17th at 12 p.m.
Yeah, 2 days.
Sure you got 2 days, but it's coming down. It's the best time of the year for sports betting. So join the fun, bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Again, that's Factor when you deposit.
Boy, the Hokies got a tough draw. The 11 seed, huh?
Dude, they're playing Tennessee the first game?
No, Texas first game, but then they have Purdue, and then they're in Kentucky's bracket too. It's like, I don't know, maybe give them better than an 11 seed for their winning streak, but whatever.
The ACC,
the ACC, no big deal. Anyways, fuck them.
That's crazy. ACC winner, 11 seed.
Bullshit.
Good for you, Mark.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to Russia. Wes didn't go to Russia. Sorry, but I'm going to Russia. But it's a good one. It's a funny one. It's not doom and gloom, except for this one man. If we told you once, we've told you 1,000 times, the biggest blow to Russia so far from the West, obviously excluding Ukraine fighting their asses off, has been McDonald's shutting their doors in Russia.
Huge blow.
Inhumane.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Well, it caused mayhem in Russia.
I'm surprised it didn't stop the fucking invasion. It's not even close. That happened, and then a week later, you've got images of guys stocking enormous fridges with thousands of McDonald's burgers, and then you got Putin making an announcement that he's going to start opening Russian-branded McDonald's that aren't McDonald's, but will mimic them. He didn't say that shit about Starbucks, did he?
No.
Well, there's not a public crisis over Starbucks. I mean, people want their Big Macs. They don't.
McDonald's was the kill shot. And now, if you still don't believe us, that it's the most severe sanction, get a load of this update. A Russian man who was a big fan of McDonald's, Luka Savronov, has put on quite the demonstration. He went to one of the 850 Russian McDonald's on its last day of operations and chained himself to the front door and shouted to customers getting their last McDonald's meals probably forever that, quote, closing down is an act of hostility against me and my fellow citizens. And
holy moly.
What are you guys laughing at?
That's a bowling ball with legs, bro.
Yeah, he looks like an angry bird. He looks like a brown angry bird.
Surely you're not laughing at McDonald's superfan Luca.
He's so spherical.
Yeah.
He's like an orb with a head.
Look how new his sweatshirt is. That surprises me.
It's got his name on it. He had it printed.
Right.
It says McDonald's superfan Luka Sarvanov. Yeah.
How the hell did he get that made in Russia right now?
Oh man.
What was that? 7X? Intern Jay the Chameleon Cowboy suggested that Luka looks like a cartoon bomb.
Yep.
Yeah, he kind of does.
Very
like his
similar.
shape. Yeah.
As Pat noted, extremely spherical.
I mean, how do you get that round, dude?
Kind of looks like the comic book guy a little bit.
If the comic book guy had skinnier legs, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because look at how skinny this guy's legs are. It's almost like
he's so top heavy. It's awesome.
Yeah,
That's the best part.
You know the Barkley nickname, the round brown mound of what was it? Barkley's nickname?
Round mound of rebound.
Right. So what they wanted him to look like is what Luka looks like. He's literally
a caricature of the round mound of rebound.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like a basketball with arms and legs. Either way, you can tell by looking at him and seeing his passion, chaining himself to the front doors, that he is in fact a true McDonald's fan.
Yes.
And so what if he gets thrown in jail for his actions, says he wouldn't want to live in a society with no McDonald's anyways?
What's his
what
chain
worse
budget
prison
like?
is there than that? Yeah.
That's a huge chain budget.
It sounds like he's more upset with McDonald's than he is with anybody else, though. He's mad that they've taken this.
Well, he doesn't care about who did it, what's going on. He just wants his McDonald's open. He doesn't care. Yeah.
But he says this is an act of aggression towards him. And
he takes
it personally. Yeah.
He did reportedly unchain himself a few times to go to the restroom and get back in line to order more food. But then he was right back outside to the front door.
Hey, is this toilet load bearing? Because I'm about to take it out.
Police eventually dragged Savrinoff away from the chaotic scene. There is a video of him, though, right, as the police are about to drag him off. Here, I'll play it for you real quick.
А где будете есть, если Макдональдс не откроется? Знаете, я найду где поесть, но я буду чувствовать.
Oh, you know what? That one's in Russian. I have it translated here. Here's the translated one.
Nice.
2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. It's 7 great ingredients working together to make one great hamburger. You can see he's a big Mac guy.
He's got a strong point, though.
He does. You think you can duplicate that, Putin? Yeah.
Oh, man.
So there you go.
Chasing his dreams. I mean, you got to be passionate. When you're passionate about something, you got to stand up to right wrongs.
He did it.
Yeah, I mean, he loves McDonald's.
It didn't make a difference at all, but he did it. He stood up for what he believed in.
There's also no chance that if he doesn't do something now, he'll ever have McDonald's again, because it will come back, but not when he's alive. So, you know.
Do you think he could live with himself if they're like, but you were the biggest fan. Did you do anything about it? And he was like, no.
That's true.
Now, you know what? You know what Putin needs to do with this guy?
I did nothing.
This guy could become like your turnaround move, like for Putin. He's like,
yeah.
So I don't know. You somehow use this guy to like work him back into being happy. He's like healthy and eating McDonald's in the end of this.
Oh,
and that's how Putin like sells it that he didn't just lose everything when he invaded. He's like, I know, but I made this guy happy.
I know we're not exactly the pillars of health, but if it wasn't for his shape, McDonald's should use him too. But that would be bad advertising.
Yeah, it's true. But Burger King or Wendy's should pick him up. Anyway,
this is what McDonald's does to you.
Yeah, not good.
That's a bad. McDonald's hates this story. Yeah, so mad that this story exists.
Oh man, he looks like
to their door.
He looks like the blueberry girl from Willy Wonka.
Yeah. Veronica Salt or
Veruca Salt. All right, guys. You know I'm a big tobacco guy, right? I love the tobacco, but I feel like I've been getting my chewing tobacco, my dip from the same companies forever. And there's alternatives for everything today. Like, you know, there's a meat alternative. Sorry, Wes. But where are the high quality tobacco alternatives? If you're over 21 and you dip or chew pouches, long cut, whatever it may be, you have to try this tobacco alternative. I'm talking about Black Buffalo, of course. And what makes Black Buffalo unique? Well, it's pretty simple. Black Buffalo is everything you love about dipping, including pharmaceutical grade nicotine, just without the actual tobacco leaf or stem. So it's an alternative. Sounds a little bit better if you ask me. The dip is literally made from edible green leaves, food grade ingredients with the same flavors, texture, aroma, pack, and nicotine as the traditional tobacco products that you get. There's no compromise. You're going to feel like you're putting the same thing in your mouth, but it's going to be a little different if you know what I'm saying.
Very relaxing.
Exactly. Pharmaceutical grade food quality ingredients. Come on, girl. They produce a variety of flavors. They got wintergreen, mint, all the normal stuff straight. But they also have a peach and a blood orange. So for a guy like me who likes to, I don't know, be a little bit colorful, it's fantastic. And all their products are sold at blackbuffalo.com. It's available in both long cut and pouches. Plus, if you're looking to ditch nicotine and tobacco together, you can tap into their nicotine-free options called Zero, which is really kind of cool. You can, you know, if you're trying to quit, get on the Zero right now. Black Buffalo is made in the USA, born in the Midwest, raised in the South. Black Buffalo proudly manufactures their products right here in the U.S. And their founders, I guess they were looking high and low for tobacco alternatives across the U.S. They even looked overseas. Nothing delivered the same satisfaction or quality they were looking for. So they said, you know, let's make our own. Come on, girl. And don't just take our word for it. Black Buffalo's quality specifically was highlighted with the 2021 Best New Product winner at the CSP Awards and C-Store Decision Hot New Products Award winner for 2021 as well. That's two big deals. And I'm a blood orange guy. I never thought I would like blood orange.
Hey, Pat, what's a vampire's favorite fruit?
Oh, is it a blood orange?
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, cool. It's 2022, guys.
Pouches for me. Delicious.
Yeah, well, Will's a wintergreen pouch guy.
Pat and vampires, blood orange.
Yeah, can't beat it. Get in there. It's 2022. You still dipping traditional tobacco? What are you doing? what are you doing? So if you're 21, it's time to get with Black Buffalo. Everything you love about dipping, just a little bit different. So go to blackbuffalo.com. Use promo code HARDFACTOR. That's one word, HARDFACTOR. At checkout, you get 25% off your first order. That's the best offer you're going to find out there. So use our promo code HARDFACTOR, 25% off your first order. One last time, HARDFACTOR at blackbuffalo.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Yeah, you knew that. Okay, there we go. Let's.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
Okay, boys. If you've ever gotten in any sort of like teacher algorithm on any social media platform, I'm sure that you're used to hearing about how hard things are for teachers and what a frustrating job it can be. And, looking after someone else's shitty kids sucks. And I get where you're coming from. I wholeheartedly agree. Teachers in the U.S. need to be paid better. They need more resources. I do think that teachers in the United States, though, have it pretty easy compared to teachers in Jamaica after this next story here. Because according to the Jamaica Observer, some Jamaican parents, have admitted that they encourage their children to take, quote, weapons to school, saying the intention isn't for them to be used at school or against other children, but just to protect them if the need were to arise when their young ones are leaving school and making their way to the bus or heading home. And,
big time mugging country.
It's a big time mugging country.
My dad's actually been stabbed in Jamaica.
Really?
That's how they welcome you.
This is the first time I've heard this story. You're not getting stabbed in Jamaica.
Yeah. He was walking off resort and some guy tried to mug him. And my mom was there. And luckily, the guy stabbed at, there was like a table between him or something. The guy stabbed at him and it hit he stabbed my dad in the hand, but luckily it just got him in the hand. And then there's like a tussle and an argument. And by the time people are alerted, my mom's screaming, my dad's yelling. So people start running over, the guy runs away, luckily. So he just got stabbed in the hand, but
he was he was one street off the main street.
Right. He's walked off the beach at a resort kind of thing.
Your dad has a real robbable vibe to him, I guess. Cause it's he's told me many stories about where he's almost been robbed or rolled up on by people with automatic weapons.
Very much a tourist. Yeah.
He's robbable.
So he's got his tourist, giant wallet thing with him at all times, when he's walking around all the street shops and whatnot. So he gets in some situations, but Jamaica is a place where
will do it.
Jamaica's a place where it'll happen.
He always carries his novelty wallet.
His giant
oversized
wallet right there in front.
He's got a fanny pack.
It lights up.
I don't know why I get mugged so much.
Anyways, here are some of the items confiscated from students last week. From the St. Catherine North Police Division, who conducted a search at a school within the division. And you got your classics here, guys, but mostly just scissors.
Yeah, lots of scissors.
Yeah, every number you see on that photo is scissors. Of the 24 items confiscated,
and lighters.
13 of them are scissors. Yeah, 5 lighters.
And cigarettes.
Those kids just smoke cigs, the lighter.
Yeah. One joint.
It's a cigarette.
Or weed, whatever. But they
steal cigarettes.
They don't have to worry about the lighter kids so much. But,
at first I saw this image and I was like, Jamaica. What's the name of the fucking publication that I had to make sure wasn't fake?
Jamaican Observer.
It's not fake.
Pat, check out the bottom though. Somebody did bring a barber's blade.
Okay, so that's what I'm unsure of. You're talking about the bad stuff.
That's a switchblade.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much it's all pretty harmless.
What's
shit.
the rectangle?
I don't know. What do you think that is?
Is that like brass knuckles? I think
it's brass
that's
knuckles.
their version of brass knuckles.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as I said, there's
for
two
a little
cigarettes.
hand. Look how little that it's for. It's a kid-sized brass knuckles.
It's a wood knuckle.
Yeah.
There's 5 lighters, 1 joint, 1 mace, 1 USB stick.
I shouldn't have to do this.
And 3 pocket knives. Well, I mean, it's just, I don't know. One Jamaican parent told the Observer that she insisted that her son take scissors to school when he began secondary education, and he had to travel a distance to get to the school. She said, quote, "I've been telling my son to hide a scissors in his bag to take to school for years now, since he started high school. Remember, all kinds of people out there are on the road, and to get from school, my son uses public transportation. Anything can happen now." And she continued saying, quote, "I'm not sending my child to school to stab anyone's child or pick a fight, but if someone comes at him..."
But he could.
right? Or there's an origami or paper-based craft project at school, he's got his scissors. So he's prepared.
Yeah. I mean, I guess scissors is better than what some of the U.S.
Yeah, I
kids
mean, it's
bring.
the reality of living in a country where you get mugged on a regular basis.
But they're
Better
just
than a
scissors.
gun.
I mean, my point is, these were like number 3 is literally eyebrow scissors. I mean,
Yeah.
Those are deadlier than regular scissors.
I
But
mean, you could really
number
fuck
9 are
somebody up
safety
with those,
scissors.
yeah.
Number three is just a good-looking, well-groomed kid.
I'm just saying, this is like this was on our list of shit to bring to school.
Where are my eyebrow scissors, kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. Besides the joints and the switchblade.
Pat, I got a question for you.
Mhm.
What's a vampire's favorite fruit?
Oh, I don't know. Is it a blood orange?
No, it's a nectarine, you idiot.
Burn me down, man.
Got him.
You set me up. You set me up, you son of a bitch.
That's cold.
Guys, let's go over to Iran and Las Vegas. Let's bridge the gap. You remember when that drone strike from an American drone killed Iran's most powerful security and intelligence commander, Major General Qasem Soleimani, near Baghdad, back in 2020?
That was the
2020?
first time World War III started trending all the time.
Remember that?
Well, probably not the first, but the first time while we were doing the show that it started trending all the time.
It was crazy. And according to the official U.S. statement, was the reason that Soleimani got, this is from the Pentagon, was because General Soleimani had been planning attacks on American diplomats and service members, including the December 27th attack, member on the Iraqi military base that killed an American contractor, right? That was partly why the response was. Sure, so good for us. But not everyone was happy, especially, Iranian sympathizers. And to you, Iranian sympathizers and Soleimani apologists, I asked, what is it that you've done to right this perceived wrong from your point of view? Sure, you've complained about it and you've blasphemed the infidels, but
they burned a lot of they printed out American flags and then burned them in Iranian parliament. A lot of them.
Oh no, they didn't do
50
that.
of them.
They didn't do that, did they? Oh, that hurts.
A bunch.
That's child's play, okay? That's child's play, especially after you hear about what a 21-year-old Iranian sympathizer, Nika Nikobin, did just to show how not cool she was with the execution of Soleimani. So first, Nika, and I'm going to show you a picture here. There she is. There's the lady, 21 years old.
She could use those eyebrow scissors.
Yes, she absolutely could. First, Nika joined.
Give her number 3.
Yes. There she is. I hope that wasn't her dating app photo on Plenty of Fish, which is how this plan began. First, Nika joined Plenty of Fish, the dating app that encourages its users to, quote, be comfortable being you, which I guess made for a perfect breeding ground for Nika to chum the waters, to seem like a pro-American kind of gal, right? Then she matched with a bunch of people, and shortly after messaging said something to the effect of, don't you hate that Iranian general Soleimani and agree he should have died at the hands of those American pigs? I mean, military heroes, right? Probably putting a lot of that out there. And then she finally found a match, someone who agreed to go on a date with her. So she put
yeah, I hate Soleimani.
Hell yeah.
I like to fuck, yeah.
Yeah, and I like pussy. This is going to work out.
Whatever you say, lady.
This is going to work
Imagine
out
my
great.
vagina's like Soleimani and your dick is a drone.
I'm going to bomb it.
Yeah. So that's what happened, right? She found a mark and she arranged a date. She booked a room at the sultry rendezvous point, the Sunset Station in Henderson, Nevada.
Sunset Station looks like a gas station casino. I don't know anything about Sunset Station, but it looks a whole lot like a gas station.
It's a little bit more opulent than that.
Looks like a fun time. Yeah,
it looks fun.
Looks great.
It's definitely outside of Vegas. It's one of these outside of Vegas casinos, right? Where they're trying to
Those are the best.
lure you there. It's the type of casino
I
you see
agree,
like
Wes.
in Oklahoma, like a Native American casino.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sunset Station looks like it's at a pit, like at a rest stop, like at a highway stop.
Yeah, it's definitely the only thing there. But
Yeah,
it's also
you have to eat their shitty food. You can't really leave. There's nothing
Right.
else.
The
on
only
it.
thing at that highway stop is the Sunset Station buffet,
Whores
which
everywhere.
then comes with like free rounds on the Sunset Station slots, and then
That's
It's
right.
not the type of place you get a player's card.
No.
But look,
but if you do, you're a high roller at Sunset Station.
that's true.
and you
It
never
is-
leave.
It is, guys, however, the perfect
4.3
place.
stars on Google. Wow,
That's
Hey.
not bad.
nice.
It's very high.
It's not bad. It is the perfect place for an American-style date where she would bring her Mark, who he wouldn't expect a thing. So they got there. She blindfolded him, naturally, and they began banging. And right when he was sitting there thinking about how great America is and that General Soleimani totally deserved to die, Nika then stabbed him twice in the neck. And the report says he shoved her off him, took his mask off and yelled, "What are you doing?" And she said, "I'm sorry." And she ran from the hotel room. He called 911. And she later told police that she stabbed the victim for revenge, quote, against the U.S. troops for killing Qasem Soleimani in 2020. Also told...
He's like, I don't even know who that is.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
100%. I had no idea. She said, "This is for Salajami," and then stabbed me.
Jerry said some guy.
She better have confirmed with this guy that he was, that he hated Iran. If it was just a random guy, this is so fucked
I know.
up.
How is the Lauren? There's no information about what the Lauren was, but her motivation was, in fact, to get revenge about the killing of Soleimani. So what do you think she was
Poor
doing
bastard.
on Plenty of Fish?
Yeah.
Nothing. She's probably just like, "Oh, I hate Iran. I'm so glad that we airstrike them," like you said. And then like,
Who's your least favorite general from the Middle East?
She got some like war hockey guy who's like, "Yeah, oh man, I love drone strikes."
Yeah. And blindfolds during 6.
So did he survive?
No, yeah, he's totally fine. She told police she wanted to take revenge before the victim picked her up. I guess she listened to a song called Gravedigger to hype herself up. I looked through. There wasn't like a Gravedigger that I found necessarily like stabby, but there's a bunch of songs called Gravedigger. Anyway, she ran.
I think it was Gravegrass by Razzle Khan.
No, it was Gravedigger for sure. Razzle Khan didn't come into this equation. It's crazy enough that she could have. She stabbed the guy and then she ran from the room into the stairwell where she used a phone to call hotel staff and say, "Hey, I just stabbed." Well, first she probably was like, "Are you an Iranian sympathizer? Good, you're gonna love this. I just stabbed the shit out of this guy.
Got him.
Revenge against Soleimani." She used a pink knife. She says that she's sorry. She's facing attempted murder charges.
Yeah, she should be.
She's gonna be convicted on those.
The picture Pat showed of her unibrow, I saw that. But there's also a picture of her like next to like a fancy car showing her legs. Hot bod. Hot
She might have been a cheerleader at Texas Tech.
She certainly could have been.
No, she's definitely hot. She's hot.
Yeah.
All right.
She could lure you.
Yeah.
We got one last story coming up, and you got to hear it about Musk and Putin. It is something else. But first, one last bit of business from our friends over at Fast Growing Trees. You know what time of year it is when we're talking about our friends over at Fast Growing Trees. Almost spring and summer, the seasons for finally getting outdoors and entertaining, pool parties, barbecues. But if your yard looks like a plant cemetery, you're not going to enjoy it nearly as much. So get your place looking like a resort, easy with Fast Growing Trees. When it comes to caring for your plants, know-how matters. That's why FastGrowingTrees.com experts curate thousands of plant varieties that will thrive in your specific climate, location, and needs. There's no waiting in lines, no messy cars from hauling plants all over town. Seriously, you guys go to the nursery ever? It sucks.
No.
Your car's gonna be covered in dirt for months afterwards. Don't do it. Just go to FastGrowingTrees.com. Because you just order online or over the phone, and your plants are shipped to your door in 1 to 2 days right after that. Plus, their growing and care advice is available 24/7. It's a really incredible service. Whether you're looking for increased privacy, shade, or adding some natural beauty to your yard, Fast Growing Trees have the perfect plants and the expertise to help you find them. Even if you've never had a green thumb in the past, they'll make you feel like you do. 1 million home gardeners have already seen what FastGrowingTrees.com can do for them. And when I got a tree delivered to me by Fast Growing Trees, I couldn't believe how efficient and fresh this fucking tree was. Or excuse my French, this tree was when it arrived. But it's that shocking, that incredible. The packaging is very efficient, keeps the root bulb like so fresh and ready to plant when it gets to your house.
Pardon your French, your tree was named Fuckus the Ficus.
It's true. That's true. And I should have ordered an outdoor tree and planted it outside and let Mother Nature take care of Fuckus because because it was inside. It died several months. Several months. Look. Not on Fast. That's on me. That's because I'm a bad. Had I done what they told me to do and just planted outside with the fresh root bulb, Fuckus would be alive today. Plus, with their 30-day Alive and Thrive guarantee, you can trust everything will be healthy for years to come. Again, this is mostly for you guys got to check out. You got to go there, look at their selection. It's incredible. Go to fastgrowingtrees.com/factor right now, and you'll get 15% off your entire order. This is big orders for big outdoor trees. Perfect time of year to get it done. Get 15% off at fastgrowingtrees.com/factor. Fastgrowingtrees.com/factor for 15% off your entire order. It's worth
They
it.
even have fruit plants for all you vampires out there.
That's right. All you
Plenty of
Nectarine
them.
fans.
Plenty of them.
And speaking of Mark's predictions and how accurate and scary they can be, rest in peace, Scott Hall. It is official. As Mark predicted, he did not make it off life support. So, Razor Ramon, R.I.P.
I gotta stop it.
He's my favorite.
You're a real, I know.
I mentioned that he's still your avatar, Pat.
Still on your cover image.
Well, that's
right?
not changing for a while.
Yeah.
No, never now.
Not now.
All right. Okay. Last story. It's been a good news, right? Elon has finally come to our rescue again, guys. Remember, like with the Thai kids and everything else he's done to save us from ourselves.
Puerto Rico.
He's done it again. He's done it again. He's had a weird week to start the week. First, let me pull up his Twitter timeline from Sunday night for you. So he's reading about historical battles, and then he's freaking himself out about inflation.
Yeah, totally. Inflation is going to really impact him. Yeah.
Right. Well, to be fair to Elon, it's mostly affects poor people. So at least he cares about it. Like he's the richest man in the world. He at least cares about it, which I mean, it seems genuine. But it does seem like the frog of war when he was reading those battle histories must have really got in his mind on Sunday night, because he woke up on Monday morning mad, firing off this meme about the media shifting causes all the time. First thing that woke up, boom, meme. I support the current thing.
Oh, damn.
It's like a Ukraine flag and like all the, whatever other causes, flags behind it, whatever. He's just
stupid gay rights. He's got a rainbow flag back there, idiot.
Right. He's commentating about,
who needs progress when you're the richest man on earth?
The media shifting causes and
trans idiots
being mostly liberal all the time. And then he fired off this one right afterwards about his distaste for Netflix original movies. And it's the guy sitting on the bench forever, like looking like he's like waiting forever, except he's been made even fatter for some reason.
From Narcos. It's Pablo from Narcos.
From Narcos. And then the text says, Netflix waiting for the war to end to make a movie about a black Ukraine guy falls in love with a transgender Russian soldier. And so he's just really, upset.
Where are they going to find a black Ukrainian?
Wes, there've been many who have evacuated, actually.
I'm just kidding.
Netflix will find them. Elon knows, and he worked himself up, guys. The memes got him going.
He's worked up all right.
Yeah,
that was a weird one to post for sure.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
So once he was sufficiently worked up,
I thought he worked 150 hours a week. What is he doing?
I thought so too. And just a couple hours after those memes, once he's worked himself up, he's like, inflation, memes, history of battles. And then he posts this finally. He goes, Elon Musk tweets. He goes, I hereby challenge Vladimir Putin, written in Cyrillic, to single combat. Stakes are Ukraine, also written in Cyrillic. And then he does a thread and he goes, do you agree to this fight at Kremlin, Russia? Also written in Cyrillic. So
what? Dude, he got fucked up all weekend.
It says 4:53 a.m. were these tweets.
What is he doing?
Yeah,
he's up.
He's challenged.
He's partying.
Partying.
I bet he's snorting ketamine. That's the big thing right now. Everyone's got the
thing?
ketamine inhalers. I bet he's on K.
He's on something.
He's on one for sure. The Kremlin hasn't responded to what appears to be an obvious joke to me. Anyways, people are very, very upset about this. Obviously, American Democrats who get mad at everything Elon does, and especially about those memes. Hey, he fired first on that. But also the head of Roscosmos and giant loser who constantly has to eat his words because he's always wrong about everything. Dmitry Rogozin, this guy. He
looks like he's probably pretty pleased when he has to do that, though. Puts a little mayonnaise on him.
Yeah, he's happy about it. He's happy about it.
Is it dinner time again?
I think he has a personal McDonald's in his Russian mansion.
Someone does. One of those oligarchs has a Richie Rich situation.
It's
no chance.
Down.
No chance they got rid of
go
Dimitri's
hunt rabbits.
Big Macs.
Yeah.
So he says this. He quote tweets Musk, and this guy, we'll get to it later, but he quote tweets Musk, and he says, you little devil are still young. Compete with me, weak. It would only be a waste of time. overtake my brother first. This is from A.S. Pushkin, The Tale of the Pope and His Worker Balda. So he's like saying like he would
quoted
take
a poem
for Putin. He's just a jackass. And also check out the last Florida Man Friday to see how we get Dimitri all the time. So SpaceX actually fucks with Dimitri constantly. And if you didn't notice on Sunday night, Musk's very first tweet was about a successful launch of 48 new Starlink satellites, which we keep fucking with Dimitri. So he's just Musk is always in Dimitri's head.
Yes.
And then even though I think it's a joke. I think it's a big joke, and he's just fucking with Roscosmos more. And even though Elon and Dmitry Rogozin are nothing but a sideshow compared to the ghost of Jake Sullivan versus Emperor Xi, because that's really what's going to decide what happens next with Russia in the end on Putin's war on Ukraine. But, even though they're the real show, who you got? Putin, age 69, 5'6", 160 pounds, former KGB. Rogozin, age 58, 5'10", weight unknown, but 240 probably. 250.
Yeah.
And then Musk, 50 years old, 5'11", roughly 200 pounds.
So we know Putin trained judo and whatever the
KGB judo.
trains.
Yeah.
Has Musk been training with Rogan?
I think he does I think Musk does BJJ or Krav Maga, but certainly not to the level Putin knows it because he's not.
It's got to be Putin. It's got to be Putin.
You think so? Even at 69, I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
which is why I think it's an obvious joke.
In an interview with Rogan, Musk said he trained in Kyokushin karate, taekwondo, judo, and jiu-jitsu when he was a child.
Okay.
When he was a child.
Yeah, but Putin was actually a KGB officer, so I think
no cheating because I think both those guys
and he wins judo matches.
Both of those guys could, get poison on their skin and poison the other person type thing. They have the means. Musk could probably come up with some sort of technology.
No, this is assuming only.
This is no cheating.
Fists. This
is only in an actual fight, no cheating. It's got to be Putin.
Yeah, it's Putin. Unfortunately,
the only thing is Musk is 19 years younger than Putin.
Yeah, but as long as Putin can still do the splits like Johnny Cage in Street Fighter, where he does the splits and hits you in the genitals, which I assume is a Putin move. As long as he can still do that,
Musk he knows pressure points way better. KGB teaches you all the pressure points.
It's tough. It's tough on Musk's tweet too because most of the replies are like, "Dude, Putin was in the KGB. He'd probably roll you." But at least we can all agree that this guy, Rogozin,
he wouldn't win.
He loses.
Yeah,
he loses.
No, he has a heart attack before he gets in the ring.
Yeah. Also, going one positive for Putin in the fact that he may beat up Musk. He's also currently a mass murderer. So
exactly, that's what he's a killer.
Yeah. We know he won't stop.
Right.
He loves to kill.
But maybe Elon's real for real, guys. Maybe he's going to save us all. We'll see.
Did Elon ask Ukraine? I mean, I'm sure they'd rather him than Putin.
There was also Ukrainians replying, be like, "You don't own Ukraine, bro.
You wouldn't own Ukraine if you beat Putin, right?"
Yeah, I think that's why I think it's just a joke.
Yeah,
I think
quiet now, Ukraine. Quiet.
It might be a joke.
Way too far.
The big boys are talking.
But yeah, so that's what's happening with Musk. We'll see what happens. The real battle, though, is between the ghost of Jake Sullivan and Emperor Xi. Because if China is supplying Russia with more military stuff as they run out, like they may or may not do, then the war will last longer. If they don't, it'll be shorter. So, but that's all we got. You ready to spin the wheel?
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
pull it up
right now.
I think Jake Sullivan's alive.
Oh, Jake Sullivan's alive, but he looks like a ghost. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's alive. He exists. I don't know if he's alive.
Have you seen this guy?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna spin for tomorrow's jobs.
Tough look. Cup of coffee.
Marv.
I was due. All right, that makes sense. Yeah.
Jesus.
Wes is done.
Get me out of there.
Mark will be on cup of coffee in the big time.
Okay.
Don't go too far, Wes.
Yeah.
I'll take TikTok.
There you are.
That's fine with me.
TikTok International Moment. Mark and Wes tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you very much for listening to Hard Factor, as always, and supporting the podcast. Hey, do us a favor. If you follow at Hard Factor News on Instagram or TikTok, share our videos on there. We're very close to 50,000 followers on TikTok. We're keep growing on Instagram and Facebook, also release them on Facebook. So share them on those 3 platforms. We put a lot of work into little clip downs of the show. Maybe they're fun to share. Maybe they'll help us grow the show. And that's an easy way to help us out as listeners. Also, of course, thank you for listening as you do every day. But most importantly, have a great fucking day.